but please understand, the whole point in this is for you all to understand. Go back, look at these comments, look at the nasty and ugly things that people are saying. These people are the problem. All right, hold on. I'm gonna give this young brother a chance. Stone, I'll holler at you when I get to the house. I'll see you soon, Stoney. We're gonna do a live with me and Stone on the golf course. But yo, what up?
What's up, man?
Chilling, bro.
I played. I met you at TPC on the driving range.
Okay,
You probably don't remember, but I play
I'll be there
collegiate
tomorrow.
golf. I play collegiate golf at University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Okay, so that means you know Langston then.
I know Langston. I was just actually talking to him. We're trying to put together something now as a golf team that we could release like a statement, basically saying that we stand behind the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that's going on, because as a minority in the sport, it's kind of hard for me. I've been getting kind of down on myself lately, just watching the stuff that's going on, and listening to ignorant people back these things happening,
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to start off by saying I got started playing golf in the first C program of Jacksonville, which Mrs. Pete was over,
Yep,
Calvin Pete's wife.
exactly.
So Calvin was out on the range with us as kids every day, teaching us how to hold golf clubs, how to swing a golf club, respect on a golf course, how to respect the golf course,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, watching. I watched Harold Varner say, which I mean, I played with Harold a couple times, but I watched him say in the interview what you said: "There's no racism in golf." Well, in Jacksonville, I've been told that I shouldn't be on a golf course. I should be on a basketball court, or
Mm-hmm.
this is not the sport I should be in. You should be playing football. Oh, you're a big boy. You should be playing football. You're not supposed to be on a golf course. And it's just crazy. It's crazy to hear that, and crazy for him to just it's kind of like blinding. It's kind of like muting the whole voice
Mm-hmm.
of black males, black females, black kids in the sport of golf. And it's kind of like, I'm with you when you say, I'm with everybody when you say he's Tiger. Tiger is undeniably the biggest name, the biggest face, the biggest body, the biggest player in golf. That's why we need him more than ever right now to stand up. It doesn't even, like you said, it is not monetary. He doesn't have to stop playing golf to speak on our behalf, something that will build us up. Not even something that sounds good to other people, something that just to let us know as a black golfer that, hey, you're going through things, you're going to go through things, is life, but stick in there, and it's kind of hard it's hard not hearing that from the very select handful that we have on tour.
Well, the problem that you run into, man, some things aren't in people. And, I talk with my crew quite often about it, and it's something that you have to understand. You know, the beautiful thing is within this movement, the young people like yourself, the people like Langston, Jasmine Cunningham. I can go down the list of people who came from Maryland Eastern Shore
Yeah.
who are doing their part. Maryland Eastern Shore PGM program puts out absolutely remarkable individuals. And that's because, that group, Jamila, she makes sure that you all understand where you're coming from, what are you looking at, and what are you going to face before you even walk out the door. Norm, I can go down the list of people who were just upstanding people coming out of that program. And the whole point of having people like yourself come on this live is so that people see it's not just me. It's not just Maurice
You're
Allen
not by yourself.
who's sitting out here saying, oh, I've experienced or I'm having problems. Or I'm not being treated equally. I'm not being treated fairly. And the truth of the matter is, at some point, you all have to stop putting Tiger on that pedestal Tiger is nothing more than a man. And if he is a selfish person, then that's who he chooses to be. If he doesn't associate himself with you all, if he doesn't associate himself with black men or with black women, then there's no need for us to sit around and beg or wait for him to have this epiphany that he needs to talk, speak, or protect for us, because it's never going to happen. There's so many people out there who are trying. There are movements like East Side Golf. There's movements like Trap Golf, and these gentlemen are doing the best that they can to make sure the culture is represented properly. They're making sure that it's being done with respect. They're making sure that it's done in a professional manner, but in still leaving the authenticity of the culture, to making sure that people feel comfortable in the skin that they are in. They feel comfortable being black males. They feel comfortable being black females. I mean, that's why I wear a grill most of the time when you see me, is because I want people to understand that that is a part of some things that we may do, but it's no different than wearing bracelets. It's no different than wearing jewelry. There it is right there. Yeah, I got mine over here, man. And this is what it's all about. That doesn't make you any less or any different of a person just because you have a grill in. You still the same young man you have been. You still as educated as you were with the grill in or with the
I can
grill
still
out.
put on a suit and
Exactly.
I've
You
been
still
because
do your thing.
I've been raised by my parents are real estate agents. I've been a member at TPC Sawgrass, but one thing my parents have always stressed to me, no matter who you are, who you grow up around, you are who you are. You know, never change who you are, never bend who you are. If that's what you like doing, I get nasty looks for wearing those all the time.
Nah, I mean,
Doesn't mean
I'll tell you
I'm
this.
using less.
I played in a PGA Pro-Am last year at the Rocket Mortgage, and at the pairing part, I had my grill in the entire time. And because the belief on me is simple. When people see it with me, they may think that I'm safe. They may not think it after watching these lives, but they think that I'm safe. And if their first introduction to a person with a grill in, or if their introduction on a up close, in face, personal is me, and they see that, something, regular guy, he just got gold teeth in his mouth. Okay, no big deal. That means hopefully that they'll give you or someone else a chance, and they won't judge you based on what they've seen on TV, read in magazines, or what the news shows them. And that, like someone was saying earlier, thugs and all this other stuff. This is just not the case. Somebody was saying there's no point. What's the point in gaining? What are we gaining by dragging Harold and Tiger into it?
We're not.
We're just
I'm
stating
not
the facts.
dragging. Yeah, I'm
We're just
not
stating
dragging
facts.
Tiger or Harold, but I'm just telling you my opinion on how I feel as a junior golfer coming
Hmm.
up, playing on the AJGA tour, playing on the Florida Junior Golf Tour, playing on the Hurricane Tour.
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing: if you
There was no
if your
voice.
heroes don't stand up for you, then how can they be your heroes? And that's the
Exactly.
thing you have to understand, Dennis. The guy on here, Dennis James. You have to understand that if there's so many people who are looking up to these gentlemen, they have a responsibility. No one's dragging them into it. Golf is a game of accountability. The ball will sit on the ground until you do something to move it, whether you grab the club or you kick it with your foot or whatever. The point of the matter is they have to be held accountable. And if they're going to sit here and say, "Oh, if people are going to ask them about what's going on in the black community, and they don't even have the decency to stand up and acknowledge what's going on in our community, then they need not be asked."
Exactly. And I wanted to speak a little bit on the because like I said, I'm a PGM student as well, about the diversity and inclusion of the PGA. Well, that was started what, maybe two years ago, maybe?
It started back in 1999, if I'm correct, maybe 2004. But it had its ups and downs on when they wanted to use it and when they didn't.
Well, so we went through a diagram in class. Matter of fact, just Tuesday, looking at the head pros, GMs, and let's just say people the head ranks of golf courses, correct?
Hmm.
Pebble Beach, Augusta National, blase blase. We went through 100 people. 100 people. We just did 100 people of those top golf courses. Out of 100 people, 75 of those were white male. The other, it was 10 of them that were were women, white women, and 5 of those were Asian men, uh, some other and some other ethnicities.
Hmm.
Still 0 black people. So that inclusion and the diversity of the PGA is exactly what you said. It was to bring in white women because I played in a Ryder Cup, which I didn't really know about it until I got over there. I played in a Ryder Cup in Scotland. We went over to Scotland, and I learned that women were only allowed to play golf on Thursday afternoons, I believe.
Hmm.
Thursday afternoons, and it's still that way. It's still that way in Scotland till this day. They're not allowed in the clubhouse, and they can only play golf on Thursday afternoons.
Mm.
And
Well,
for that diversity and inclusion is exactly what you said.
somebody just said if you're looking to work at the PGA Tour, hit me up. So you need to write up 67 Living Legend. You need to hit her up. Just send. I don't know. Y'all find a way to talk to each other after this is over. But yeah, I mean that's the big thing. Well, we've been on here for an hour. I'm gonna let everybody go to sleep. Y'all keep throwing the post out there. Send me messages. Y'all want to do this again next week? We'll do it next week. We'll do it every week, man. I will say this though. Some people have talked about the Black Lives Matter movement and what's going on in golf with it. I have some amazing things going on. I am unable to speak to them or about them at this point, but I can assure you come January, there are a few people who already know. I do a lot of work behind the scenes, and there's some stuff that's going to happen in January that's going to shake up the golf world, and it's going to be in your face. It's going to be 100% how I do things all day, every day. Hey, when
And I
you
just I just want to say on the live, dude, just going down your Instagram, dude, you know, you you have today in general. When you posted that and I saw it, my actually one of my good friends sent it to me. When you saw it, I was talking to my mom, I was talking to my dad, like, man, like this my bad, excuse my French, but this shit is making me sick to my stomach just watching this shit happen and nothing being done about it, man. I get anxiety when lights come on behind me.
yeah,
You know,
well,
I put my hands on the steering wheel and I still get anxiety when I'm getting pulled over. It should not be that way.
it shouldn't be that way, man. I want you to have freedom, man. Understand, life is finite. You're either going to go out on your hands, on your feet, or you're going to go out on your knees. Understand, if you do your part, um, whatever the situation that you do, make sure that you pray when you leave the house. Um, make sure that you do. That's all you can do, man. Pray before you leave the house. Ask God to protect you every morning. Uh, you know, and live the life to the best of your ability, and don't walk in fear. Don't ever walk in fear. I don't ever want to see you walk in fear. I can't. Freedom is something, it's funny when people talk about the troops, they say freedom ain't free, but it's funny how even with just living life and walking around, freedom isn't free. But I want you to be free. I don't want you to live in fear. If yeah, you're gonna have a little anxiety, the heart rate's gonna accelerate, but understand that you haven't done anything wrong. Understand that they don't have any reason. Understand that it is. Understand that when you're praying. Understand that when you're praying, man, God's gonna protect you. The ancestors are gonna protect you. They're not gonna let any harm come to you. That everything that you're doing, just don't put yourself in a situation where they feel. And every police officer isn't bad. I'm not gonna say that they are bad because I know a
Agreed.
lot of police officers.
Agreed.
But just pray that in the event if something does happen to you, that you don't have a fool or a clown that's trying to make a statement. Somebody who's more afraid just because you look a certain way. So I don't want to hear anybody, whether it be black or white. I don't ever want to hear nobody say that they're afraid of nothing. I don't want nobody walking around this earth in fear. There's too much for all of us to do while we here to be in fear of anything. The only thing we should ever be in fear of is not accomplishing our mission that God has for us while we here. So that's all you need to do. That's all you need to think about every day. Just keep doing that, man. Just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, and don't worry about that, young brother. But hey, you DM me anytime. You got some problems, you got some things you want to talk about. My thing, I'm always open to, and that goes for anybody who hit this chat up. I want to have this conversation because I believed it was important and it was necessary. But
I want to answer one more question
sure.
that I seen down here. Somebody asked, it was a little while ago, asked, well, if not Tiger Woods, who did I look up to getting into the game of golf? Well, at the first tee, like I said before, we had Calvin Pete and guys like that. But it was the people that was in the program with me, Kelly Allen, kids like that. And one in particular, we had a guy that I still hold near and dear to my heart, Montrell Wells. He's actually
Yeah.
on the live right
Yeah, I
now.
played golf with Montreal today, man.
Montrell, I've known Montrell since I was 5 years old getting into the game of golf. Montrell has never slightest bit, veered off from who he is. He's always been there for the kids, even throughout him trying to live out his dream. He's always been there for me. And I know a handful of kids, Chase, Collette, Prince Cunningham, that can say the same thing about him. That's are the type of guys that I looked up to growing up, getting into the game. Of course, I would say, damn, I want to be as good as Tiger Woods. I don't want to be the man Tiger Woods is, but I would love to be better than Tiger Woods. And in golf, I get the question a lot. Being a successful junior golfer is, you will see it everywhere. Jayden Williams, the next Tiger Woods. Jayden Williams, the next Tiger Woods. I would tell everybody, no, I'm not the next Tiger Woods. I'm the first Jayden Williams.
Hey,
And
I'm
it's as simple as that.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. I did an interview right before I won the 2018 Volvo World Long Drive Championship, and they asked me, "What do I have to do to win the World Long Drive Championship?" And I told them, simplest thing ever. I had to be myself because everybody else was taken. And if I was going to win, I had to be me, and being me was going to be enough. So you don't need to be compared to anybody else. I hate when people compare people to me. There's only one me, there's only one them. You can only be who you are. I've made mistakes as a human being, and I hope that no one else makes them. I've had a lot of trials, tribulations, and struggles, and that's why I get on these platforms and I fight the way I fight, because truth of the matter is, you shouldn't have to fight a fight that I've already fought. If I fought a fight and I fought it properly, that person lost. And when you lose, you suck it up that you lost. You don't have to keep fighting it. That should not be your fight. And that's my whole goal with everything that I'm doing, is to make sure that I protect the people who are supposed to come behind me. That's what the ancestors did for me. They made sure that the things that they had to deal with, I wouldn't have to deal with. And that's just something that I firmly believe in. So that's the way it goes with me. But
Or like Montrell says, you might be able to beat me, but you would never outwork me.
yeah, and that's what it's all about, man. So
And Maurice, I'm still coming for you.
yeah.
I'm up to like 320 right now. I'm
I'm
coming
worried
for you.
about shooting 66, so you can have all of that, man. Y'all
Yeah,
can have all that, man. I can't
come
have
up to
this.
the college, man. Let's play.
Yeah,
I love to
when
play, pick your
COVID comes
brain.
down, Jamila and I've already talked about me coming and talking to the PGM program up there, but we have to wait until, obviously things are a little bit
Yeah,
safer to get large groups and stuff. But, my thing right now is getting to the tour, getting myself an opportunity, because if I do all this talking about black golf and I don't attempt to go to the tour, then it's all for nothing. So that's my focus right now, is to try to get to the PGA Tour, and when I get to the tour, then there'll be a whole nother ballgame.
I'm with you and I'm behind you, man. I appreciate you
Hey,
for letting me on here tonight.
no problem, man. Y'all take it easy. Everybody who's been on here, as I normally say, good people, because I believe that's what you are at your purest form. So appreciate y'all for your time. I know this was a long one. I don't even know if this is going to go up on my feed or how it's going to go, but I really appreciate y'all, everybody who chimed in. Thank you all. And we'll holler at y'all. You know what it is.